Welcome back. So after some heavier theory lectures, now we're finally going to start implementing our data model and starting with the locations. So in this video, you're going to learn all about geospatial data in MongoDB. And this is really a topic that I personally find really exciting. Now remember from the previous lecture that our location data will actually be embedded into the tours. And so therefore, we're basically going to declare everything that is related to locations in our tour model. All right. So let's open that one up. And right at the end, let's start by adding the start location. Okay. So we will have start location and then also locations in general. Now, MongoDB supports geospatial data out of the box. And geospatial data is basically data that describes places on Earth using longitude and latitude coordinates. Okay, so we can describe simple points, or we can also describe more complex geometries, like lines, or even polygons, or even multi-polygons. So really everything is possible with geospatial data in MongoDB. Okay, so let's add our start location field here. And then let's actually implement this geospatial data. And MongoDB uses a special data format called GeoJSON, all right? So GeoJSON in order to specify geospatial data. And now, how does this actually work? Well, this object that we specified here is actually this time not for the schema type options as we have it, for example, up here. So this object here is for the schema type options. Remember that? But now this object here is actually really an embedded object. And so inside this object, we can specify a couple of properties. All right. And in order for this object to be recognized as geospatial JSON, we need the type and the coordinates properties. All right. So we need type and we need coordinates. All right. And so now each of these fields here, so basically each of these subfields, is then going to get its own schema type options. All right. So basically here it's a bit nested. So we have one level deeper. Okay. So we have the type schema type options, and then we also need schema type options for coordinates. And again, just like we have up here in these other fields, with the difference that these are now subfields. So type needs the type of string. All right. And the default should be point. So remember how I said that we can specify multiple geometries in MongoDB, and the default one is always point. But again, we could also specify polygons or lines or other geometries like that. But in this case, for the start location, it really should be point. And so let's actually make that the only possible option by specifying the enum, so the enumeration property. So remember, we can specify an array of all the possible options that this field can take. And so in this case, we only want it to be point. All right. So we did that somewhere up here. Yeah, right here with the difficulty, where we said it can only be either medium or difficult, right? And so here we're doing the same thing, but only with one option. Okay. So we need to define the type, remember, and also an array of coordinates. Okay, and so we do that by saying number, but then in these curly brackets. Okay, and so that basically means that we expect an array of numbers. And this array, as the name says, is the coordinates of the point, with the longitude first and only second the latitude. And so that's a bit counterintuitive because usually it works the other way around. But in GeoJSON, that's just how it works. So if you were to go, for example, to Google Maps in order to get your coordinates, then you will see first the latitude and then the longitude. And let's actually take a look at that. So open up maps here. Let's say New York. Okay. And if we now click somewhere here, let's say here, then we get the coordinates first with the latitude and second the longitude. All right. And in case you're not familiar with that, let's just zoom out a little bit here so we can see the entire Earth Well, what's that? Okay. So the latitude is basically the horizontal position measured in degrees starting from the equator. So from here to up here. So in the equator it's 0 degrees, and up here in the North Pole it's 90 degrees. And then the longitude is just the same thing but vertically. Okay, so it's the position starting from a meridian which passes somewhere here. Okay, and so the longitude is the vertical position starting from here. And so that's why this point here that we got somewhere here in Manhattan has a latitude of 40 and a longitude of minus 73. All right. But anyway, let's go back to our code here, of course, because I also want to specify a property for the address. So as another string, and then also a description of this start location. And that again as a string. All right. And we're not going to say that any of these fields should be required because we want to be allowed to leave the start location blank. Okay. So again, in order to specify geospatial data with MongoDB, we basically need to create a new object, such as we did here. And that object then needs to have at least 2 field names. So coordinates as this array of numbers, and then the type, which should be of type string, and should be either point or some other of these other geometries that I just told you about before. Okay, and we can then of course add some more fields to this object, such as we did here. All right. Now remember how in the last lecture we said how we were going to embed all the locations into the tour documents. But right now, this start location here is not really a document itself. It's really just an object describing a certain point on Earth. But in order to really create new documents and then embed them into another document, we actually need to create an array. All right? So it's actually very similar to what we already have here, but it needs to be an array. And so that's what we're going to do with our locations. So locations. And now I'm creating an array, and then in this array is where I'm going to specify the object such as I did it before in start location. Okay, and you will see what this will look like in a second in the Compass application. Okay, and so now it's actually quite the same as before. So the type, remember, for geospatial data needs to be string. The default needs to be point. And also, it cannot be anything but point, okay? So point. Again, we need the coordinates as an array of numbers. And also for all of these other locations, we still want to specify an address and a description. So string. And here I also want to specify the day, so as a number. And this day will basically be the day of the tour in which people will go to this location. Now, if we wanted to make it simpler, we could delete the start location altogether and then simply define the first location as the start location and set it to day number 0. All right, but I decided it's nice to also have the start location as a separate field. Okay, so this is how you create embedded documents. Remember, we always need to use this array. Okay, and so by specifying basically an array of object, this will then create brand new documents inside of the parent document, which is in this case the tour. All right. Now, in order to create some locations, I'm actually going to import all our original data. All right. So instead of creating new tours, I will delete the ones we have and then import the complete data. So here in dev data, remember that before we imported tours simple. Okay, so this kind of data here, but we also have tours, and this then actually has the locations and the start location. So I'm not sure where that start location is. Here it is. So this is how we specify the start location, and you see that we have type set to point, we have our array of coordinates, and then of course we have description and address. And then down here in the location, we have an array which then contains one object for each location. And you see that actually each of them gets their own ID. And so these really are documents and not just simple objects. All right, so let's go here to our import def data and replace this here just with tours. Give it a save, and then remember we need first to delete and then to import. So going to another console here, we now want to run node def data and then import. So actually in the data folder and then import. And start by deleting. And let's wait for it. And indeed. And now import. And here we go. And let's check out Compass now. Come to our tours. And so indeed, you now see the start location here as an object. Okay, and when you open that up, you see all the data that I just showed you before in the JSON file, right? Then here also the locations, which you see as an array, so type array. And then in there, we have all of these objects. And each object then also has its object ID. Okay, and so again, this is proof that we have now created embedded or denormalized datasets. So datasets that have a really close relationship with the tours data. And so that's why we chose to really make it part of the tours instead of creating its own collection so just for locations, right? So we will actually use this a bit later in the section once we start to create some special geospatial queries, okay? And with geospatial queries, we can do really amazing stuff, like finding locations that are closest to a certain point, or find all locations inside a certain radius or a certain sphere. And really the possibilities are absolutely endless, okay? So we will just see some applications of this by the end of this section. Because for now, I really just wanted to show you how we can create embedded datasets just as we just did.